Alrighty, hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, where I almost forgot to upload a video today. Well, I kind of already did, but I remembered to at least record today. And I'm not going to be available for the next 2 days for family matters, so yeah, and kind of had a slight lack of snow, which is a problem because I could mine snow, but you see, the problem with that is it's a very temporary fix, and, well, I want something a little bit more permanent. And so I'm trying to produce a lot of heat to, deal with it, but, well, duplicants happen to be a little lazy, and these solar panels, for some reason, are just, they're not working very well. At its peak output, it's producing only 73 watts, even though, it has direct exposure to space. It shouldn't be able to get any stronger than this. So I just have to assume that Frosty Planet nerfs solar panels. As you can see, it's even more than 4/4, so not very worth it. However, there is another solution that we can go to, which is petrochemicals, which is unfortunately really flooded for some reason. So perhaps I could filter the water and, well, turn that water straight into oil. I think that'd be a good idea. Also, it's pretty cold down here, which is pretty atypical for these locations. It's also very low pressure. I could fix that. This will involve me cooling it down further, but... You good there, bud? I guess it just sort of forgot how to slickster. Low temperature, yeah, it is a little bit low temperature. Hopefully, though, by running in a lot of very high pressure to CO2, I can kinda fix it. And Max will get to that when he wants to. Again, it's a lot faster if you just leave those doors open, Yeah, look, he really wants to do it. Thank you, Max. And I want to try and drill deeper to get to this. And I'm very used to these planetoids having lava underneath. So I'm actually very confused what's down here. Because I'm not seeing a lot of lava. Or heat. This entire place is cold. I mean, hell, I've operated bases at over 10 degrees Celsius higher than this. Reference I spaced out. It did not go too well. I should take them from their natural habitat. Yes, I should. Alright, critters. Time to go. Oh, an egg. And that's the normal one, yes. It's the long-haired one, which is not good. But I also want to block off this area due to it being a little worse off. That's a lot of Weezwort seeds. I have to assume that a few ice clusters spawned down here and immediately thawed. Gold down here? Got gold? Oh no, it's because I think one of my starting things was a resource cluster, so I could find something like gold. Shame it's in the oil biome because that's a little inconvenient. And I really thought there would be more of those. In fact, I barely seen any. If any at all, besides that one. Alright, thanks, Max. It's a lot of iron. Or now I have to think about refinement, and it's frankly not cold down here, which is not usual for me. I'm used to these biomes being at around 70, but I can make it work. I can. I think I want to put the refinery up here. Max will deal with that. Preferably don't dip your toes into the water of the oil biome. So this wants power, this also wants power, it wants water, and I do mean fresh water, not polluted water. So I'll have to find a way to deal with the polluted water. I could filter it. I mean, it's not like the pipes are at risk of freezing anywhere, so could filter it and pour it back in. Okay, 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 okay. There you go. So I could just, you know, treat the water, which is definitely an option. However, alternatively, I could just package it up and then basically dump it somewhere else. Which I don't really need to do. We already have a ton of polluted water. Yeah. Look at this. So much. And mercury. Wow. These guys are all just... Oh wait, these guys aren't being sheared. Oh, some of them aren't. Maybe they've only recently regrown? 18%. That's not right. Fir growth. That's not 100. What, really? You'd think there'd be somewhat of an in-between growth state, but I guess not. Look, more in a small one. Let's evict them from their home. Yeah, I have another thing I could do, which is I could just bottle the water instead of, you know, using it. But since I'm going to need fresh water down here anyways for oil, it just makes more sense to do a straight conversion, I think. As you can see here, it needs a kilogram of water and produces it produces quite a lot of oil for it. So we have plenty of oil just untapped in a wrong form. The other thing I need to consider is the fact that this is going to be releasing natural gas. And there is an easy way of dealing with this, as long as I can keep the fluid levels up, you know, which is a high if considering we're asking me to do it. Then, with a high enough fluid level, I can make basically a gas trap. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I can just do one of these, and now the gas in here will not flow out, which means I can collect and burn the natural gas, although a duplicate would want to go in there. So liquid lock would help, and again, the levels are going to need to be kept consistent, while also allowing the fresh oil to pour out, which, as you can imagine, is a bit of a challenge. I could just collect the oil on pump and put a reservoir underneath it, which would make my life a whole lot easier. You know, maybe that's just a better idea, and I can just tap this separately. I normally like just having a huge pool, but I mean, do I really need it? Flux, I don't really want. Okay, one at a time with music. I'll take the flux, it's eventually meat. Not that I need it, it's just whatever. Thank you, Lindsay. And let's open some stuff up as well. I think I sound sick or a little bit off. I've just been having a very rough week, and I know there's another one to come. A lot of gloves today. Can we have something that's not a glove? Hey! Look at that. A lot of gloves back to back. I know one of them was for the Atmos suit. Whatever. I mean, if I put my own chamber, like oil tank here, I won't have to treat it. I won't have to really do too much except for excavate it. So, yeah, this is definitely a better option. It most certainly will be. Just gotta actually make it, of course. It's just this film of water, just a bit problematic. Also, water heavier than oil. Makes sense. This needs to get destroyed very quickly. Because if it gets any ability... I mean, I guess they're wearing oxygen masks, so it's not a big deal. But why are we letting the bionic be the one to get rid of the water? Guys. That is pretty cruel considering that they short in water. Can someone help them? We're gonna mop the ladders dry. You know, as one simply does. Thank you, Max. You got into that other room yet? Ooh, he has actually done it. And we can't go in. It's because it's one of these weird generations where if you walk in, it just doesn't count. Okay, well. I wonder if they'll ever fix it. Oh my gosh, can someone please help him? You let our fastest dupe be in the longest job. It's not very nice. This is the oxygen source. I'm not sure where that polluted oxygen is coming from. What's the power grid looking like? Surprisingly still operational. How is the line looking like? We're out of wood. Wait, no we're not. Wait. Oh, it is stable. I almost want to turn this on, but I know it destroys the power grid. Oh, Gizmo must be done, because you can see he's very desperately getting away from the oil biome. I forgot what I did to that dupe. Wow. I like how they just pause after eating, like, oh, right, yeah, that's it. Anyways. I know there's definitely a hotspot in my base, right? Holy that might be a little too hot, actually. Like, I don't think the trees are gonna like that. I never set this up, did I? 2 kilograms seems quite low. And that's gonna keep pumping for basically forever, considering it's coming from the center of pollution. Yeah, that's a good idea. Pump the pollution dry. Not working? Yeah. If anything, it's causing it to heat up faster. We're just gonna say below, because I know that's impossible in this kind of a colony, and call it a day. Also, now we have polymer. There's basically very little reason to actually tap these trees. Which, as you can see, it's not really a concern anymore. But yeah, so we probably will make future petroleum, or the future is simply put, or everyone, the future is petroleum. Yes. Which means I don't need nectar tapping in this area anymore. Not like the trees are even growing. We're out of snow, remember? We're out of snow because we're out of power. We're out of power because, well, solar kinda sucks, you know? Like, oh, look, 380 watts, and it don't do that. So I'm pretty sure you beat the base game if you reach here. Which just so happens to be very out of our range of 0 kilometers. Because we do not have a rocket. Kind of a prerequisite if you ask me, but oh well. That's nice. Let's just do this. I do not trust our wood supply to hold up. As you can see here, this area has rapidly increased in heat production. That is 64 degrees Celsius. Oh, good lord. We're gonna need to start cooling down the greenhouse. The greenhouse is overheating. Alright, new problem with the greenhouse. We spent so long trying to heat it up that now that the temperature is stable, it's actually overheating. Crap. It's fine. I'm sure it'll sort itself out. Progress near the oil region is... Did we do the same thing twice, dupes? Did we? Is that really a good idea to let Gizmo do it twice? Gizmo, you're relieved of your duties. Go do something else. Oh, good lord. Well, I can't say I've ever seen this before. Besides him being surprisingly good at making plastic bottles, it's not exactly what I was aiming for. Not sure why I'm checking in here. He doesn't need any more skills, he's already great. And stressed. Oh well, I'll fix it later. And the other ones don't want it? Okay, well, go to his priorities. I'm going to tell that Gizmo, please stop mopping the floors. It is not your job. Tidying. Do not tidy. That is not your job. Gizmo. Stop. You're doing it wrong. It is impressive though. Please stop doing that with the oil. There are other people better at it than you. Oh my gosh, Gizmo, please. Please, Gizmo. You want to do tidying. It's not a priority for you. Fine, you're banned from it. Gizmo. So I banned you. Hopefully I'm getting the right Gizmo when I do that. Okay, clearly I'm not. Wait, no, his tidying is already at 0 priority. What? Why is he... I literally banned you from doing that, Gizmo. Goodness gracious, find something better to do with your time. Never mind, he's just a squeegee. Let him have it. He will not listen to me. I'm not in the mood to try and make him. However, I would really like to start tapping this oil. Not sure where I want to tap first, actually, but I'll figure it out. Do you like the soothing sounds of Gizmo mopping? Oh, good lord, it just bubbled up for some reason. Why is he the only duplicate doing this? Why on earth is it bubbling? Honestly, you know what? We might as well just strike it where it hurts most. We're just gonna destroy the entire pile of it. Okay, I just cleaned it up. Why is it not polluted? I see reed fiber. Okay. Oh! Just do this one. That's the only one that matters. I don't know how it's bubbling. I don't know why. That will fix it. Thank you, Steve. Wait, why is our chef mopping the floor? What? Why is he here? Chef Steve, that is not your job. Oh, unlike Gizmo, he actually listens. What the? Why is our chef getting involved? Whoa. Pretty good pumps. The heck was that? Okay, he can do it. He doesn't exactly do much in his day. Then we just have one art dupe to take it easy. You know, he's emotional support, but that is damn impressive. Look at him go. I mean, he is messing up those slicks. Alright, will this fix the bubbling issue? I'm a little tired of it not doing that. Gizmo, if you want, you can now do it. I will not get mad. Jeez Louise. You can tell I got a little tired of dealing with it. You can tell I might be in a little bit of a bad mood. Okay, come on. What is this? Can someone explain the fluid mechanics in this game to me? I think I broke them. Well, congratulations everyone, we've made a perpetual motion machine somehow. Gizmo, I swear to... Gizmo, it's fine, you can leave it. You can leave it, Gizmo. How much water was that? Only a mere 18.8 tons. Sure. You made the oil stop complaining, so it has to have been for something. Well, at least I now know that this thing's not gonna... you know what, that will be used in science, it's fine. I'm just gonna keep tapping this oil deposit like nothing happened. Yes. What the hell is that? I'm about to fire a dupe. Here's the reservoir. We're looking to a pumping station. Incorrect. I would say the water probably needs to have something around it, and it's fine. Feels nice to be using pipes again, considering I've basically been barred this entire playthrough. Oh well. I think a drainer is fair enough, considering the slight quantity of water we have seemingly come into. Now I want to run this off of petroleum. Now it does now occur to me that we're going to be producing polluted water, which is a little bit useless, as it is. I could filter and turn it into fresh water, which I probably will, for once. That's still not working. You know, I will be making polluted water. Yeah, I'll probably just turn it into snow. Yes, we're gonna be turning fresh water into oil, into polluted water, into snow. Welcome to Oxford Uncoded. No. I need to find a better ice maker. That's what I need. Dear gosh. Telescope idle. This is the most problematic thing in the entire colony. This is algae and slime. Yeah, it's still interesting. And this is just rocks. I think it was which asteroid did I want to go to? Methane. That's not too useful. Oh. This satellite. Okay, well it's far away, which is a problem. We're gonna need that telescope idle. We need a scientist to actually work out. Oh, well. How much is that? Oh god. Oh, yeah, that's actually... Okay, well... Might be a slight issue. So if I'm not mistaken, those mercury vapor lamps actually need a liquid supply of mercury. Does that imply they're leaking into the air? Nah, that's not too important, they're just duplicates. Now I need to think of where to put a liquid lock on this. So I don't pump it dry. Don't. I know where to put the liquid lock. We're gonna put the liquid lock literally on top of it. Ta-da! It's genius if you ask me. I could use a bottle emptier, but I kinda just want to turn this thing on and let it go. Like I have the infrastructure. Anyways. Where do I feel like dumping industrial waste? I mean, initially, I don't feel like dealing with it immediately. Brometh. Well, I said sweep, it needs to be relocate. Highest priority, it does not matter that much. I just want to know who does it. That's me, man. That's a big egg. Did you just... Ah. That looked painful. That was a lot of it. That was a large egg to trip with. They don't sound the nicest, to be honest. There is... I can't reach. Well. Alright, well. Long commute. Yeah, you don't say. I told them to make something to speed it up. They're just not doing it. Oh god, you are so slow for this, Liam. At least he's not cold anymore. I know he is. Liam... What the hell is it doing? Oh, wait, stop. There's a thing here. I didn't agree to this. I want to see the one action you take, Liam. Absolutely fucking stunning work, Liam. Give yourself a pat on the back. You have a huge climb ahead of you. What was the point? I know we need, like, to make steel and all, and fossils just enabled it, but like, we have our issues, which is that the mercury keeps freezing that I use, and ethanol could work, or petroleum, obviously. We could possibly try on liquid CO2. No, that's not gonna last very long. One cycle and the pipe literally would explode. This is just not worth it anymore. I literally don't know how to improve this thing's efficiency. It's literally in direct sunlight. Since there is only one way of fixing it. That is to just put a petroleum generator in space. Gosh dang, I did it again. That hat just looks really... A lot of things in this don't feel super oxygen output. Like this hat, not really. It just looks weird. Some of the models as well just look a little off, in my opinion, but it's fine. How? Nah, I'm not fixing it. I need to make steel. I can't make steel because it's in the very weird gray zone where mercury is too cold. It's too cold for mercury, too cold. Or it's not hot enough for mercury. Apparently it's fine for, you know, liquid CO2. Yeah, sure, let's try running it in liquid CO2. I'm sure that will go well. Haven't you guys heard of the... I have an idea. If I could find a way to make gunk, I mean... Who's to say that wouldn't work? This is not actually just gonna let me use liquid CO2, right? Because that would be really funny if I could refine steel using liquid CO2. It sure doesn't like being here. It's not really... You know, the crazy thing is, what you're saying is there's actually a chance this might work, which is horrifying because it's at its boiling temperature. It's like putting boiling water in. It's not going to go well, but I mean, hell, if it runs a single cycle, that's impressive. How many of you guys have run a metal refiner on liquid CO2? I hope not many of you. I really do. They're not actually going to let me do this, right? There's no way. There's no way that actually works, right? It hasn't exploded yet, in my defense. In my defense, the metal refiner is containing, at this point, gaseous CO2. The fuck? I never considered it possible to use liquid CO2 in a metal refiner. I guess I'm just naive. I mean, I have so much CO2 if you want it. It's the one resource I can practically automate. Is liquid CO2. Waiting coolant. I struggle to believe that, but okay. Well, I struggle to believe that this works. I want to check the temperature of gunk real quick. Can't believe I'm using liquid CO2 in this, but okay. Even though I'm using CO2, I'm not looking for gas. Sorry. Yeah, no, gunk's not very good. Guess I'm gonna need some CO2 up here. And you know, the unfortunate thing is I know a very, very good source of CO2. Spoiler alert. It's been here for a while. Well, this is mainly polluted oxygen for once. Yeah, no, let's just, flare some CO2 to get it frozen. Oh. Doesn't sound like the present. Oops. We're gonna destroy the CO2. We're gonna radiate a metal fighter. They're not gonna let me actually get away with this. I'm merely just doing this for laughs. No surprise, right? I don't think the game's gonna stop me, and that's a little concerning. Look how much oxygen is coming up through here. This is actually, like, very Here's the thing, I've been flaring to space this entire time. Right? Like, this has been going to space this whole time. It's all very breathable until we get here. And even still, it is breathable. Even if it only barely. So I guess, if you're as crazy as me, you can actually oxygenate your area in space if you have a high enough base pressure. And if we look over here, I don't know, around this area, that's actually low. Where's the higher pressure gases? We have so much oxalate, that's fun. We could do better. Show me it. Or we'll have to settle by saying it's 12.5 kilograms of CO2. We have good base pressure for this. To keep this place breathable, we have the pressure. Which is probably the scariest part, actually. Any rational individual would say we don't have the pressure, but this is not a rational base, you see. No wash basin. Oh, don't worry. We have bigger plans. Work. I hate working. I have no idea how long this recording's been for. It's only been 37 minutes. But like, they're not actually gonna let me run CO2 in there, right? Like, that's just not happening. Did we get the right gizmo? I think we did. This doesn't seem to be the right gizmo. But actually, you know what? It might be. Maybe the jitter should say something. Well, at least we gave it to the guy who's fast enough for it. He's at low wheel, that's probably why. Leave it up to Gizmo to be the fast one, jeez. Thank you, Gizmo. I mean, you don't need to build it, but I appreciate it. If only this will actually get done otherwise. It's not very much of a builder, is he? Alright, thank you, Gizmo. Roommate got back. Anyways, as you can see as I just checked, I have 74.3 tons of oxalate, which is an amount that I'm pretty sure very few people who've played this game have ever actually had just available on a whim. Now do keep in mind that is the entire base's oxygen supply, which is to say we have a rather significant quantity of oxygen. That's nearly 10 tons in one tile. Which is to say we are not exactly suffocating in this colony. And you might be wondering, what's the oxalate going to be for? Well, there is a rocket part that I'm going to research, which uses it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you do need a main engine. However, besides going to rush petroleum, which, admittedly, that will use oxalate. I should do that then. The issue is I'm going to have to pump it up here, and frankly, yeah. It's a bit of a walk for a pipe, you know, making a petroleum pipe to go literally across the entire map. I guess it's better than Dupes doing it, but still. Also, I'm going to need to bulldoze some land for this rocket. Probably. There's a lot of trees, okay? How did I not realize that? I am not very good at this game. That should fix it. And heck, I don't mind actually taking some of this snow with me. Look, I'm in a snow shortage. Normally I hate snow, but this game gives me a reason to want it. For the purposes of growing trees to burn. Trust me, I'm gonna fully commit to oil very soon. in just a bit. Also, your egg needs to be turned into wood. I'm sorry to break it to you. The snow quarry. The nice thing is you don't have to really worry because it acts like sand. Alright, dudes, get on it. I didn't know we had any here. Damn. That was a really dense canister. I was expecting to see a little bit more CO2 from that. Wait. Wait, no, it's getting crushed. The CO2 is being deleted. There's not enough of it. Huh. That's a problem. It's deleting the CO2. There's too... Oh no. Huh. That's a problem. I'm also thinking it might be a good idea to give them a bit more available oxygen down here. You know what I mean? The lid is like right here, so who cares? We got wood or spicy tofu. Well, food's not an issue. So, do we almost have a mega calorie? Yeah, wood's better. I like spicy tofu, but we're almost at a mega calorie, so yeah, no, wood's probably better. We're out of sleep, but we can make pike apple skewers. What is he grilling? What are you cooking? Barbecue, I have to assume. Yeah, it's barbecue. Yeah, you can also cook pike apple skewers. No reason not to. Did I never plug in the kitchen lights? Also, since sleep wheat's gonna be a bit of a rarity, considering it wants... I guess I could water it. Disallow tinkering, huh? Look at all the food, man. Okay, well... It's good to know that in this one, food is not exactly the rarest thing, but... Oh well. Blueprints. I got my head in the clouds, baby. I don't recognize this pod. I think they added a new one. Well, that's the mini pod for Spaced Out. Huh. That's nice. I have Spaced Out. I should use it again. Ooh, fancy. The spoon. No love for the micro musher though. I'm sorry, my brain is just lost. Does anyone remember that joke where it's like, if you were to eat a gram of uranium, you would consume X amount of calories? Is it equal, or is it around a megacalorie? Those are real questions. Oh, that's a unique way of building. Through the floor. The unfinished floor. Sure. This is called being preemptive. Now I know what you're probably thinking. What about the natural gas that's going to release? Well, I didn't think about that, okay? Maybe I didn't think that far ahead. We'll build it on top for something. I don't know. It's a big building. Too big. Can I put it next to it? Yeah, I could. Sorry about that, Slickster, but I need oil, and also this is gonna get a little bit hotter, so you know. You know, they say the human brain perceives mirrored images backwards, or like as a new item. This looks so wrong. This looks... For years I've known it as being one way. This just feels very bad to look at. I don't like this. I really do not like this. Remember, the human brain perceives things like this as a new item. So, you know. Literally a brain issue. And if you're wondering what I'm gonna do when I bring it out this way, I'm wondering that too. Oh well. Whoa, 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 wait, not those tiles. Not those tiles, Max. It's fine, they don't need to be real tiles. Or else it would have been a abyssallite, or not abyssallite, it would have been not Neptunian, but it's, you know what I mean. Maybe the reason we're not building it is because we... Okay, I guess it's all the copper we have left, but no, we're building this out of lead. Wow. Like, I know it's not very much pressure, but goddamn. Yeah, sure. on the hungry end. Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. That was the spore child that just got ripped out. And I don't think it ever woke up. Oh, it definitely woke up. It's infected the crude oil. Fortunately, though, it's not too dangerous in a liquid. I think it only affects you in breathable gas. Why is it propagating? All I know is zombie spores are pretty dangerous. That is a large list. Well, something tells me putting it through a metal refinery probably will kill it. Well, but it survives in natural gas, so maybe that's what it wants me to do. And I guess it could always just quarantine the liquid. Scalding? Where the fuck are we scalding? Here? Oh, hey, that's normal oil biome temperatures, finally. Yeah, so a huge ice cluster must have spawned in here. Like a lot of ice must have spawned. Because we can see the water and how cold it is that is the temperature of my house right now. This is the temperature of a normal colony. I'm kidding, it never gets that bad. Normally. Anyways. Might as well pop that open. I would really not recommend standing in front of that dude's, however. How often do you see a level 3 priority? Gizmo, that's a unique way of mining. Gizmo, you are burning to death. Get out. Well, at least like all gizmos, they are very fast. Something tells me I'm gonna need more beds. Yeah, because Max is already hogging his. Max, can you like feel free to share? That's not gonna work. At the very moment, Max, Gizmo's gonna need it. He's about to die. Feeling better, Gizmo? Yeah, look at that smile. Feeling better already. Yep. Sure is feeling better. I mean, with time, he'll actually be better, probably. I don't know, metal heals over time or something, right? Do you think this will ever be needed? Because we're putting liquid CO2 in there. Speaking of CO2, I don't think we're actually making any. I have no idea what errand I just queued. Why? Oh! Mimo, what the heck? Are they all in use? Why does no one ever like cleaning these? How do you feel about yourself, Mimo? You just pissed on 2 people. Oh my god, Lindsay, oh my god, why are they all full? This is why I don't like the outhouse. Because duplicants have a tendency to not actually clean them. I don't know why. It's one of the things duplicants do the least if they have the choice. Tidy. We need a plumber dupe, please. Who here wants to be a plumber? Harold. Hi, yeah. Congratulations on your promotion, you're a plumber. Look, someone has to do it. And this is still a little too cold for that, so. Auto. You know it's just gonna freeze, but still. Why do we still have a rock crusher in the bathroom? I need to move that somewhere. I really do. Sorry. I'm stretching a little bit. This is gonna need so much research, so yeah, you know. Like literally, like it's a 5 research thing. Alright, Lindsay, get on it. Max. Don't go too far with that, or else you're gonna make it a little harder to dig. Thank goodness he's only dying. Wait, no, no, Max, run. It's hot in there. Max. We're gonna get you a cot. See, look, he's fine. Enough. How the hell are you still outside? Look, a new bed has opened up for Max. Look how inviting it is. And even a spare. He'll be feeling better in no time. We all know what that means. Nah, he's fine. He's actually a little stressed. Your here is not fast. I guess it would be this gizmo. Could use some speed. I cannot just judge a dupe on how fast they can do things. I mean, I can, but who wants to be faster? You're a rocket pilot, you don't need it. You probably would need it. I mean, he could be faster, right? Take one. Should we have so many of these? Even more speed. Well, there you are, Max. See, I told you it would be fine. Just don't be in the hot area. Weirdly enough, Lindsay is our doctor in the colony. I don't think Lindsay likes being a doctor, but we didn't ask before we assigned them to be a doctor. Hi, Lindsay. Wow, that's fast. She just sees a bionic, she's like, the apothecary? What do you mean the apothecary? The apothecary! What? Are we ever gonna get these, like, beams finished? Like, it's a little inconvenient to have them finished, you know? Oh, good lord. Well, good news, bad news. Good news is, it's not really going to matter anymore. It's still no liquid state. The bad news is, it's a lot of oil that just got leaked. That was a level 3 priority dupes. Why not do this first? Sixer, I would get out of there if I were you. There's so much oil! Yes. Cracking down on oil. That was pretty pressurized as well. Uh-oh. Oops, these kind of need to get built now. The oil area has flooded with oil. This should not be the problem we're having with the oil. Jeez, dupes. Jeez. That's a baby. Dupes. Dupes, there's too much oil. Dupes, please. Why did we give it to the slow guy? He took half a cycle to get here. Oh my gosh. And we're secured. And it's still very flooded with oil. Well, the more we dig, the more oil we have. So, that's a benefit. Never said anything about being precise with it. Here, we'll just put a hole in it. It's fine. We need to drain the oil into a bigger reservoir. Oh god, it's bubbling again. Why? Why? There's igneous rock right there. Okay. That ice honestly made it really easy to dig in here, but I'm a little off. But also, this entire area is now scorching hot. This abyss light is doing work. Why is it there? Oh, it was encasing the gold amalgam. Well, that didn't work too well, did it now? You're cold, go to the oil. See, this guy's happy. Also, we're gonna need to put a gas pump in here. Just so we're all clear on that. I don't know how I'm gonna put it in here, but I need to. Oh, that works. And that's pretty much right on the release as well. The downside is we have a lot of oil. Which is honestly a good thing, but now no one wants to work on it. Dupes. We have a lot of polluted oxygen bottled up. I don't want more dupes, I'm gonna be honest. And I think that'll be all for this episode. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share, do what you do. And on the next one, we will try to run the metal refinery, which so far not so good. And I'm going to try and get through the oil backlog. It's a very dense pocket of oil and was surprisingly rectangular. Actually, I don't think they did dig it. I think it literally just ruptured. I need the red power in here, you know. Actually, this stuff's gonna need a lot of power, and I do have a lot of lead. Preferably keep your visits here a little bit on the briefer side, dupes. See, the unfortunate thing Did he slip on the oil? You're in the oil. How do you slip inside the liquid? I guess it's possible. Toasty. We're actually researching, something we can't really make. Also, this is not how fluids act. They don't just obey a wall. It's convenient. The deeper we go, it just seems to be a lot of hot obsidian. Neutronium. Broken. That's not helpful. Liquids. It's like 600 degrees. Close enough. Actually, wait, no, not even. Okay, so it's only 300. We basically need to pump in molten lead to clear that according to the game. Kind of rather not do that, but okay. Sand. Sandstone? Yes. I don't see any inputs though, so... Unless they're in this area. Something tells me this is a lot like the research reactor, and I'm accidentally gonna steam bomb my entire colony. Considering we just hit oil, that's probably not a good sign, but... Science is science. Thank you, Max. Yeah, I'm gonna try and promote him if I can. And it's, like, not a big deal. Oh, well, I tried. That's heating up really fast. Why does everything I touch just become really hot immediately? God help us if we look at the generator district. Yeah, the trees I think are overheating. They're overpressuring. Oh. Might as well keep them comfortable while the heat rolls in. 52 degrees Celsius. These doors are a godsend. We've asked for years and they're as powerful as we thought. The heat is just creeping over. They don't grow in this temperature, by the way. So it's gonna kill at first, temperature or pressure? So I just realized by doing this, I've now made this to a pressure tank. So I really should keep this door open. Even though it took forever to get built. Hot stuff. See, I know we've basically just researched atmosuits and stuff, but like, This is oxygen not included. Do you really think PPE is going to be included? No. Listen, oxygen was included. PPE, not so much. That's not gonna get built. Ah, dear. PPE is arguably the most important one. Nah. Like usual, I don't think the oil well being tapped is gonna matter too much. There's a lot of oil. Too much for this to not be functional. Or too much for it to be functional? Damn it. I'll have to make it out of steel. Or gold. I have gold. We're gonna make some gold refineries. And yes, I'm putting them in the right way this time. Believe it or not, I did not like how that looked either. They seem to be worse at floating than usual. Not sure where that steam's coming from or why, but okay. You know, one thing I found interesting about the broken texture is you can see the original building color in the cracks, but it's actually the base texture which is singed, which makes me think it's kind of the mapping is inverted for that, or like the mask is inverted, because why would the normal texture get darker but the cracks don't? Shouldn't it be the cracks that get darker and not the normal texture? I don't know, it's always been like that. It's always been weird. And honestly, if it got changed, I think it looks even weirder, because, you know, got used to it. Can we not do that, guys? Come on. It wants to be made with gold, doesn't it? I'd have to assume its overheat temperature is the same, yeah. And I know it's gonna get hotter up here. In fact, it is actually already heating up. Look at that. Yeah, no, it's not gonna last. I need to rebuild it. Yep, just a normal gas vent. No reason to question why it's here. could run this place on natural gas generators. That's probably a bit more economical than burning the oil I'm producing, but oh well. And this can get turned back into, it can be recycled, but to be honest, I'm probably just gonna end up flaring it. Because it's just CO2 or something, and I don't exactly care. I guess that's it for this one.